Welcome to another edition of the Above the Bridge podcast. I'm your host, Thaddeus. First up, shout out to our sponsors. We have Defend Hawaii. I want to shout out Defend Hawaii. They just dropped their spring line. You can check them out on their website, defendhawaii.com. You can also check them out at their store in Windward Mall. It's called No One. They have all their new drops there and everything you want to get from Defend Hawaii. Go check out their store at Windward Mall. Go ask for Chris Meheula. If not, same thing, defendhawaii.com. Use promo code ATBpod upon checkout. You'll receive 15% off your entire purchase order. Next, we have IREP Detail Supply. They have a store in Temple Valley Shopping Center. Go ask for Ikaika. He's very knowledgeable on all his products. Anything you need to detail your car, waxes, polishes, soaps, go check them out. If not, go to irepdetailsupply.com. Promo code ATBpod upon checkout. You'll receive 15% off your entire purchase order. Last, we have Hawaii Candy Factory. If you go to hawaiicandyfactory.com, check them out what they have. They have a bunch of crazy snacks, lihimui concoctions. They use gushers, nerds. They even have these peach gummies that I really like. They put lihimui powder or lemon peel, or I don't know what they do to it, but it tastes amazing. Go check them out. You see their packaging everywhere. They're called NOMs. Go check them out. hawaiicandyfactory.com. Promo code ATBpod upon checkout. You'll receive 10% off your entire purchase order. Aloha. Okay, my guest this week, he was on my show before and he has blown up, and his comedy career has just been kind of going skyrocketing since we had him last. Comedian James Mane. What's up, man?
Little bit. What's up, man?
Bro, it was cool to meet you in person in Maui, and I really had
places.
Yeah, I really had no idea how huge you are, bro. You're a big dude, man.
I get that a lot. I get that. People was like, "Oh, I heard 6'7", but I never see 6'7" until I see you in person." It's like,
bro, you came walking on, I'm like, from across the way, I was like, "Oh, there's James."
yeah. At that time, I think it was 6'7", 420. So I'm still working on them down 6'7", 400 now.
Oh wow, so, good for you, bro. Well, you're on a regiment. Oh,
not really. It's just I volunteer as a high school football coach at IA High School. So getting out there and just being out there in the sun, it's hot, sweating.
Oh.
You lose some of the fat, that like the extra fat. I still fat, but I lose the extra fat.
So. Oh, that must be nuts on a plane though. But like you're a big dude, and I mean you get up to go to a bathroom, you might tilt the plane, kick a U-turn.
I throw a tantrum. I jump up and down. The plane turn around.
Oh yeah. The turbulence. Oh no.
They go, "Oh, it's turbulence." The captain jump by goes, "No, James, sit down. Sit down, James." Why gotta be me? It's weird though. I always use the bathroom before I get on a plane, because some planes where the bathroom is like near the wall of the plane, the side, so then it's tilted, the ceiling. So I stay like this, pissing like this, like So I always make a note to use bathroom before.
Oh, if it's a long flight, right, you just gotta hold them then.
Most likely, yeah, but no matter, because I sit tight in the seat, my knees is together, so pretty much I clamping everything down. Squeezing everything together. So I don't need to use my hand for hold them close or pinch them. My tie is already pinching, so.
So you good then? Nothing leaking out.
Yeah, but if I stand up, oh, Niagara Falls, bro.
Bro. Oh, I had a crazy story at an airplane bathroom where I flushed the toilet and it didn't flush, but is that blue liquid,
Yeah.
and it started to leak out and start, bruh, and bruh, my socks got stained. The thing was coming out, and there's nothing I could do, and it started leaking from underneath the door. And it wasn't like I was shit and it clogged the thing. It was malfunctioning. But come on, like, I'm not going to explain that to everybody. So I walk out, trickle of blue water, everybody looking at me like I clogged the toilet, and I had to call the flight attendant. My shoes and socks was blue. I was just like, this isn't the business.
But at least they look at you, they go, oh, I believe him. He wasn't him. If I came out, they go, big
guarantee.
dude had to take a dump. Wow. Dropping logs in a bathroom.
Oh yeah, Plus two is the smallest bathroom. The smell, bro. It's everybody in the back row gonna know what went down.
That's why I think back in the days, that's why people smoke cigarette. One is because they like smoking cigarette, but two, they're taking a dump and then they light up and go, nobody can smell nothing. Just all they smell is my cool filter kings over here.
Probably makes sense. That's the cover.
Yeah. Yeah. But every time you go bathroom, it's like one cloud of smoke. It's like one nightclub. You walk, what's that fog machine in here?
Right. I can't even imagine how it was when you could smoke on a plane. Like for me, that's one of my pet peeves. I don't know if you smoke, but bro.
No.
Yeah.
I think the worst is when somebody else smoke and it just hits you. The secondhand smoke is harsh.
Yeah.
So, I grew up I was born in 1975. So when I was coming up, people were still smoking indoors, plenty places, and then just sit there. But back then, you never know. You just sit there with a little kid, just inside one room of people smoking cigarettes like nothing.
Just getting all the cancer. Not even. Yeah. I know. I remember when
I made it to.
We were in the nightclub and they made the law you couldn't smoke anymore. I was super happy because I would come home, my hair, my clothes.
Yeah.
You go sleep without taking a shower. Your whole bed smell like
the worst is when you wash your hair and you can feel it like when the water come down. It's just like a film of like the smoke air and all that club filth just washing down on your face. Like, ugh.
I never understood why people. I mean, like at least Pakalolo, you can get high, but cigarettes, you just get stink. I don't know.
To look cool. You look cool. You just be like, hey, Sabu. Put your hand here. But then that's all right. Now, guys, go like this, no more cigarette, but it's I think if you put your hand by your face, it kind of frames your face like, look right here, girl. It's the money maker right here.
See if they look it up.
Yeah, right here, girl. Right here. But back then it was the cigarette.
Oh.
Now it's just the hand. So, girl. How you, honey girl?
I had a trick to see if girls was watching me. Is because they say yawns are contagious.
Oh yeah.
So if I was in the club and I thought one girl was watching me, I'd yawn, choke, and see if she would yawn because it's contagious. And if she yawned, I was like, oh, yup, she's looking at me. Or if not, then she probably think I get a yawning problem or something like that.
She'd be like, oh, brother is cute, but he always like go sleep.
He's freaking tired or he hanging over there.
Man, well, he must have just came from work. He worked construction or something, brother. All lip over. Look at like crash already.
So you getting to be a natural with these podcasts? I know you had one last time I talked to you, but now you're just kind of taking it to the next level. You're with Andy Bumatai, with is a Daily Pigeon podcast. That's what it's called.
Yeah. I got lucky because he started that, I think 3 or 4 years ago. And I started mine last year when I was talking to you, and the issue I was having was when I would have guests on, like a lot of people, like, so if I ask you to be a guest, you get the mic you get the camera, you're good to go. You get the earbuds, the AirPods, whatever. So you're good to go. But not everybody had them. So like some of the local comedians, I would say, hey, I want you on my podcast as a guest. They're like, all right, shoot. And then we're talking, and all of a sudden I hear bing, bing, bing. I was like, oh, well, you in your car? I say, yeah, I got to start the engine every now and then, or else the battery, so the phone charged. And I was like, wow. And then other times, another comedian, I guess the Wi-Fi in his house wasn't that strong.
Oh, that
Or
happened to me.
yeah, so it's like we're talking, and all of a sudden it cuts out. I'm like, oh man. And you get into some good conversations, even with your podcast, you get into some good conversations, and then the thing cut off. It's like, oh, that whole energy is just gone.
Yeah.
You got to do the whole, then you got to put on a different hat. Next, you're the tech person. Okay, I got to try to get this person back on, figure out what happened. So the pandemic wasn't good in that. So I was going to start doing the podcast again a couple months ago, but in person at Stand Up Honolulu Comedy Club. Pepper owns that one, Jason Pepper Lamb. And he said, yeah, cool, you can podcast in here. But before I started, Andy called me and wanted me to be a guest on his podcast with Augie T.
Oh, wow.
So I came on as a guest, and then he said, I guess I did pretty well as a guest. He asked me to fill in for Augie because, Augie's a congressman, yeah, so, or city council or whatever. So it's hard to schedule him.
Yeah.
So Andy was like, because I'm unemployed. So he's like, oh, why don't we do this 5 days a week? I'm like, let's go for it. I mean, I was going to start my podcast again, like season 2, but yeah, let's go for it. I mean, why not jump on, Andy Bumatai's coattails and try to, gain some new fans, which is what's happening. He has some really loyal fans that
he's an OG, man.
Yep. He gets people on his live some people are there every day. Like the same names. Wow. I see new names every now and then, but I see the same names almost all the time. Press the wrong button.
No worries. Okay. So you guys record every single day.
So yeah, we do live, and then he got approached by a Channel 50 TV station. They say, hey, why don't you do what you do and then just give us, I think, like 48 minutes or something like that for an hour television show. So now the podcast is on Channel 50, like 7 a.m., 7 p.m., noon, and midnight. So it's 4 times on TV. And then so that we get like commercials. So we get actual sponsors. They pay for spots on our show. And this is stuff I'm learning, like TV stuff. And Andy pretty much taking me under his wing, as he always have since I first started doing stand-up comedy like 13 years ago. Now he's teaching me TV stuff that I had no idea. Like when I was podcasting, I talking and I would talk. So my camera is here, but the screen that I'm looking at you is down here.
Yeah. So
when I was podcasting, I'd be like this. But then when I watch it back and people would see me looking down, it's like, the hell? So then now I teach myself to look here. So I'll put something here to look at.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of the TV stuff that he's teaching me, even like, he said, when I react, I laugh. I go like that. It's like a habit that I'm laughing. Huh? He said, but you have to stay within the frame. You pull yourself away from so what the people are seeing, you need to be here and react. I was like, geez, there's a lot of things he's teaching me. Yeah. So like, I need to stay here and be here and not do all this stuff, which is bad habit that I have. But that's why I told him, I was like, well, that's why I like podcasting, because podcasts, you do whatever you want.
That's true. When you're
No
on
TV
TV, you
rules.
get, yeah. But I guess that's something I should learn too. I mean, I have it to where my computer is right in front of me on a stand.
Mhm.
So I'm looking at you
Mhm.
and it kind of looks like eye level. So it kind of
Yeah,
matches. Yeah.
yeah.
How did you even meet Andy Bumatai?
Well, when one of his open mics I went to, I was like when I first started out, and then it's funny too because the first lesson he taught me was to stay in the light. So I'm on stage and I'm performing. This is like maybe my second time on stage or third time on stage, and I'm performing, but the spotlight and the glare from your glasses, you cannot see anything. You cannot see anybody. All you see is just a bright light. So then I went to the side where it never have light. Like say, like something like this. So I was over here
Okay.
performing, and then Andy was like, first thing I tell you is stay in the light. And I was like, oh, but I cannot see them. So I went to the dark so I could see them. He got, you don't need to see them. They need to see you. So stay in the light, learn how to deal with light in your face. And then, so since then he's been teaching me a lot. And this was a place called T-Spot Hideaway in
Oh,
Kapolei.
yeah, I remember
Like,
that spot.
yeah, like 13 years ago, I think. And
Yeah.
then it's funny because I would show up, he'd be outside, we're talking outside, and I'm like, oh, Andy, we can go inside or talk. You go, how come? You go, because people showing me their ID. It's like, they would. They come up to me because we're standing by the door and they show me the ID. I'm like, I know work here. It's like,
You just
thank you.
the big oos at the front that gotta be
Yeah.
secured. Yeah.
Yeah. Just automatic. People coming and showing me the ID. I'm like, oh. But it was because it was a comedy night. So it wasn't like nightclubs, you just to get in, you gotta show your ID.
Yeah.
It was go inside because they serve food too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go inside and then when you order a drink, you show the bartender or the wait staff your ID. And you don't show me. There was no cover charge. I was like, oh, I know I work here. I know I work here. So Andy keeps laughing at that to this day. Like, stuff us big Usos got to go through. It's like,
Yeah, nobody's ever telling me to check their ID.
yeah.
They just carding me, seeing if I on the age. Oh, working with him every single day, you definitely must learn a lot, and you definitely must kind of help him with the new stuff that's coming out and the new way comedy's being done in Hawaii. So you kind of helping each other.
Well, you would think that, but the dude is up to date.
Oh, really?
He turns 70 this year. So
Oh, wow.
he's a student of not just comedy, but even acting and this will surprise me, technology.
Oh, that's super cool.
The dude loves his gadgets. So last year when I started podcasting, a friend of mine said, oh, you got to go Twitch, you got to go YouTube. And so I went Twitch, and maybe like out of like 10 shows, I get one person watching from Twitch for like 10 minutes, and that's it. Andy has a ton of people from Twitch, and he knows all the slang. And, yeah, so I was watching, and he goes, oh, we have a raid. I'm like, what's a raid? He goes, so somebody's channel on Twitch, when they finish, they tell everybody go to the other person's channel.
Oh,
So such and such brought 20 people over, they're raiding, and then he goes, thank you, such and such, for the 1,000 biddies. And I'm like, what is
the
that? He goes,
biddies. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, wow, this I have an associate's degree in IT. I should know things like this. The dude has, and his setup is insane. He has like all these cameras, all these like microphones and computers and tablets and an iPhone, all connected. So he's like, watch this, watch this. The cursor of his mouse, the cursor goes from the big screen to his laptop, to our two small screens, to his iPad, and then to his computer on the other side of the room. Go, look, the mouse going all the way over there and coming back. I was like,
Oh, that's super cool. A lot of older people, they're afraid of technology. And I was having this conversation with my dad because he tries. He has a computer, he has his iPhone, and he uses it. Like, he's all stoked. He booked his alignment appointment with his iPhone, and he's telling me, like, it was like but the thing that's scary is like he almost got hacked one time.
Oh,
he's like, oh, this guy wanted my Amazon stuff, and he was doing something. I'm like, hey, what you doing? I go over there, and this guy's trying to get him to access some kind of number on his computer so the guy can control it from his end.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, shut it down. Like, I had to stop him. I was like, it's scary for older people, like, who are a little bit naive and a little bit too trusting. So I had to kind of sit my dad down and be like, bruh, you cannot do this, this, and this, and make sure if this were to come your way, like, just turn it off. Call me if you get any
targeted.
Yeah. And it's super easy.
I have friends that are like in their 60s. You know how many times they get hacked on Facebook? It's like one friend, he keeps going, oh, that wasn't me. He sends, like, you get that that message at it. Oh, is this you in this video? And you get the link. So I tell him, I said, dude, you got hacked again. He goes, oh, man, I don't know how they keep getting me. I say, you got to stop clicking on links. So you click on the link, you give them the access, and you say, oh, I say, and stop watching porn.
You thought it was always get somebody with the oh, I started with a new clothing company. Check click on this and tell me what you think. And I'm looking at it like, oh, bro, how's about you just text it to me? And then, or it would be, oh, what is the other one I always get? Like, somebody trying to, always Bitcoin or,
crypto.
Yeah. Is this somebody? Oh, can you believe what happened to this person? I think she died. I was like, bruh, my friend just got hacked on his Instagram, and then they used his picture with his son to kind of try to get people to buy into crypto, and he was getting all nuts, bro. Like, this fucking guy took all my stuff. But it's just that easy. And he fell for that whole clothing. And they talk local to him. It's like, oh, Raj, just click on this thing. And then,
that's the one that, so I always see, I get a lot, and they always start with hello. So when I see hello, I DM right back and go, oh, you need a new script, bro. You say, tell everybody in your department, get one new script, bro. You guys, hello. None of my friends say hello. And then, what you call it? One on Facebook started talking to me in Samoan, like messaging me in Samoan, and I was like, oh, I know this person don't know me because I'm not fluent in Samoan, and everybody I know knows that. It's like, no Samoan will talk to me in Samoan because they all know I don't speak Samoan. So I was like, oh, wow. But I was tripping out. I was like, wow, this person did their homework. Or somebody in Samoa taking up a new job trying to scam people. Like, wow.
I always like talk shit back, like, but then I'm thinking like, oh, what if this guy is like a mega hacker and mess up everything I own? It's like, just delete him. I don't like piss him off just in case, you know what I mean?
you get your name on the memo on sticky note on his a cubicle. I'll get you, Thaddeus. I'll get you.
Or his friend he knows is like some mega hacker, and next thing you know, I lose all my bank accounts, my daughter going to a different school.
Dude, that was the thing. So sometimes they approach you And I'm like, man, I wish you was real.
Oh yeah.
Like I had one and hit me up and go, oh, I'm a sugar mommy. I'm looking for a baby. And I was like, well, I'm not a baby. She said, no, all I need you to do is, when I want to talk, and we just talk, and I'll pay you. I think she said like $700 a week.
Whoa.
Is it? So it's whenever I just come on and then I'll text you and then we'll just talk. You don't have to do anything physical. And I was like, man, that's tempting. $700 a week. How we whenever they ask for your was it Cash App? I'm like,
Oh yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
Like, oh. Say, you cannot just mail me the money. Like,
yep. Send me a check.
yeah.
One of
even cash if you like. Send them to my P.O. box.
One of my friends had, I guess he was chatting with one girl. I don't know if it was Facebook or Snapchat or what. And I guess they got into it where it is like showing each other some things. Like, what is it? Sexting. I don't know what he was doing, but he told me the girl stopped as soon as she got what she needed. She said, okay, if you don't give me $5,000, I'm putting this on the internet, showing everybody.
Wow.
And he was like, what? Oh, this person just got me. And then he told him, go show him. I don't care. He said, I don't care. Show him.
all you got to do is make sure no more his face.
Yeah.
Because you can show stuff, be like, that's not me.
Yeah.
It can be anybody's thing. That's not mine.
Or if you're that confident where I'm not ashamed of it, so go show everybody.
Like, yeah, the Loch Ness monster.
But I guess that's the leverage, right? You shame or whatever, or I guess he just didn't care. But it's weird because people are doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was surprisingly, I had one girl was sending me stuff. She's sending me, and it was somebody I met here at a show. But this was like maybe 8 years ago. And was sending me like, wasn't full nudity, but was like, oh, I'm in bed, and like she wasn't wearing anything, but you can see the side, like,
yeah.
Like, so Snapchat, if you screen capture or whatever, screen record, it tells the other person.
Yeah.
So I was telling my boys, I was like, oh, dude, this chick's sending me all this stuff. And I was like, they're like, oh, I like see. I was like, oh. So I had my old phone. Oh, no. I had one tablet. So I used that tablet to take picture of my phone. And then I text them to them. Like, wow, how's this chick? I was like, wow.
That's my cousin.
No. They go, did she ask you to send her some dick pics? I was like, no, she never asked. But if she did, I'd be like, oh, hell no. I am a parent.
Yeah, that's the only thing, yo.
Yeah, I gotta worry about what my kid's gonna see.
Yeah, their friends over there. Look, your dad at school. that can't happen.
They're gonna show up at school because she's in college now. So I'm gonna show up at her school. Like, which one said was nice? Which one said was nice?
They're all legal now.
Who said was good? Who? Yeah. Show me.
Walk on campus, like I'm her dad. I can be yours too.
Who's seen my picture? Who's seen him? Your coach seen him. Your teacher seen him. Shoots. Let's go, teach. Yeah, but yeah, that's the main thing. You gotta be careful because what comes out there. Shoot, when I first started podcasting, it was with Guys with Issues, and we was doing our podcast in 939. Oh. So yeah, the owner Stuart. Yeah. So I was actually friends with his partner, John.
Yeah. I know John. I
So
know both of them good. Yeah.
so then when John sold it to Stuart, and Stuart always still took care of us, and then found out I was podcasting, and then I was like, then he was bringing features of porn stars. So I was like,
Yep.
oh, what if I had one as a guest? And they go, oh, come to the club before we open and do your podcast there. So we would be upstairs with porn stars. And
It's a good
so,
gig.
yeah, got some, I was thinking, I was like, people on the internet, they either playing video games or they're watching porn. And this was before Instagram blew up. So this was still Facebook days.
Oh, okay. MySpace or
Those,
something.
yeah, and Foursquare. And so
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, all right, we got to get these internet guys that they're watching porn. They're going to watch us. Oh, we got choke clicks
Oh wow.
because like we had Tara Patrick, London Keys, Charmaine Starr, and it was like, those were our big episodes that people would jump in. And so
Oh, that's pretty
that was
cool.
pretty clever in the beginning. I don't think Andy would be down to do that, but he's like,
Maybe not.
yeah, Andy, like, yeah, you're like, take
Stuart,
the Daily Pigeon,
go
take the Daily
global with
Pigeon
it.
over to the Everyday Beaver.
To Pornhub.
Like, yeah, I don't think he's
Stuart's
into
still
it.
doing that. Stuart would bring some of them to our events because we would do club stuff, and then he would
Mhm.
have them do whatever they do at 939 and then bring them to our event. So we'd meet them, and I mean they seem normal to me. I mean they just do that for a living, but
yeah. Most of them are, because like Tara Patrick, she was pretty intelligent and she was very business oriented. It's the young ones like London Keys. I think she was like, I don't think she was like 23 when we met, and she showed up all boss, man. She was. So we met up with her before her performance. We met up with her. We did the podcast a day before, and then she wanted to hang out. So we picked her up in Hawaii Kai, just doing jet skiing. And we drove all the way to Waipahu because she was going to get tattooed from one of my friends. And so she was drinking one bottle of champagne, her and her friend. We don't drink champagne, so we just, so she's pounding a champagne bottle. We get to the place, she does tattoo. And then before we leave, the liquor store next door, buy another bottle of champagne. And we drive back to drop her off. So she has a dinner with the partners of 939. And she drinks over there. Oh, we seen her, 939 get the spiral stairs that you come down.
Yeah.
Oh, she almost fell down. She was so wasted that Stuart went kick her out. He said, this is unprofessional, and you just get out and kick her out. I was like, damn.
Stuart's rootless, bro. That guy, I see him scold people because we would do events at 939 called Heavens, and we would take out all the strippers and put go-go dancers, and it was always like a random.
I remember
Sunday.
those days.
Yeah. So we'd be up in the locker room upstairs, and we would have to walk down that same staircase. But a couple times, I guess the go-go dancers would get caught doing something wrong or whatever. And, he would lay into them like, brah, I was like, that guy's not the biggest dude, but he gets some power when he's mad, bro. He's always
the
been
business
cool
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he even comes out to shows. Like, he was at my last show too. So he comes out and he supports. He says, "Oh, gotta support local performers, local comedy." I said, "Oh, I appreciate it." So he's always come out. And then when we were podcasting, the company name was Mars Comedy, and he would put our logo in the calendar.
Oh, nice.
So we would have a month. I think it's usually April. So we would have our month and be like, "Oh, look, it's us, look, it's us."
The 939 calendar.
Yeah. We did like maybe 4 or 5 calendars. So I was like, oh, cool. Look at that. Look at us. We somebody.
Yeah. I had this one picture. He brought all these porn stars to where we were at. I think it was Rock Bottom. And he brought them in to just hang out after their whatever they did. And we took a picture with them and I posted it and I put, it was me, my friend Chris, who runs Defend Hawaii, and Hoppa Boy. And I put 3 porn stars and some random girls. But they were the porn star. And people started reposting that. It was kind of nuts. But and I'm not really into watching it to where I could know people's names. But I guess one of them was like of a famous one, and it was like, oh, maybe we get recognized or something.
Yeah, my friend and one of our friends in the podcast, he knows a lot of names, but he's just a intelligent dude. So when he watches stuff, he knows a lot. He pays attention. So, anyways, when we told him, it's like, oh, we're going to have London Keys on, and he was like, no way. And I was like, well, who is that? I don't know that. I know like the old school names like Tara Patrick, like that.
Yeah,
I know that.
Jenna Jameson, or
yeah. So yeah, but yeah, now it's straight arrow, clean Daily Pigeon show. So I've come a long way in my recovery.
The porn addiction's done. Huh?
No more sending pictures of myself.
How do they even treat porn addiction? Mittens, huh?
I wonder if you can though.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's like you just be like in a place that's really miserable, or I don't know. No,
that must be fun though.
I'm not saying.
What does that? Go ahead.
No, I'm not saying that I am addicted to anything. I'm just saying. I'm putting that out there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, church. I read a lot of books. I go to libraries. I help sick children and single mothers.
With their porn addiction.
So, how you doing? How you doing, mother? All right. So what was that again? You're saying?
So working with Andy Bumatai on a daily, that must be super fun. I remember I had his CD, and I would work at the gas station, and one of my favorite parts of that CD was the when he mimicked Don Ho. I don't know if you had that CD.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He still does it to this day. He does Don Ho impersonation. It's like, oh my goodness. I told him, bro, you should just talk like that one whole episode.
It's because I met Don Ho. My cousin used to work at Don Ho's when he was like would frequent there, and I met him, and he was the way Andy mimics him is so spot on. I met him and he's like, "What's your name, brother? Oh, what you drinking?" I'm like, "Oh, Bud Light." He's like, "Oh, honey girl, grab my friend his Bud Light." Like it's like he does it. And then on the CD, we used to play it at the gas station, and it was a point where he's like, "Oh, that's my friend Bully." He's like, "Honk your horn and like say how's it to Bully." And bro, we do that at the gas station all the time when car comes by. That's Bully, yeah.
Yeah. So he opened for Don Ho for a long time.
Oh, so he's close with him then.
Yeah. And then it's funny because one of my favorite jokes of Andy's, and I tell him, and I apologize if I murder his joke, but he goes, is him and Don Ho walking in Waikiki, and somebody honked the horn, and something to the extent of like when guy got mad and wanted to scrap or something, and he said, "Hey, bro, when you come Waikiki, you got to work on all your." He was trying to explain that the horn that he gave was the wrong horn. So you got to work on your horns, something like that, but. I mean, obviously you got to see Andy do it, but it's so funny because he does the impersonation so perfectly.
Yeah. That's cool. So you mentioned your daughter's in college, and
Mhm.
you said on the last time you were here that she used to play football. But I see she's
Mm.
a volleyball player, which kind of trips me out because you never mentioned that last time, but she's playing college ball, right?
Yeah. So her, she started out as a soccer player. She's been playing soccer since she was 6. And like, I didn't know anything about soccer, but because she enjoyed the sport, is all in, you know. I don't know if you can see over here, that's the Barcelona flag up on the wall on that side. So that's like her favorite team. I got all in with soccer. So from 6 years old all the way to about 16 years old was all about soccer. And then going to Aya High School, it's a small school. The coach, football coach, went to the soccer practice and see. Originally, he went to the boys' side. Anybody who wants to kick, can kick football or has a powerful leg, which she did. And the head coach said, "Oh, you should ask Tyla, my daughter." And she started kicking. It's like, "Oh yeah." Um, so she was a football player, but because she's in high school, she was like, "Oh, why don't I also try volleyball?" That's the thing about high school; you can play other sports.
Yeah.
So the good thing was the rule was you can play one indoor sport in the same season, one indoor sport and one outdoor sport. So she was able to kick for our football team, but still play for the volleyball team. So she found, I don't know if your kid played soccer, your daughter played soccer or any other sport other than volleyball, but the culture is different. So in
Oh yeah.
soccer, it's rough. It's for girls soccer is like boys football. Like you don't make the play, everybody mad at you, or they snap, or come on, let's go, move your ass, and all that stuff. That's how girls soccer is. That's why if you watch like the World Cup, those girls are brutal,
Oh yeah.
or those women are brutal. So that's what she was brought up. So football was was cool too, but then she played volleyball and she saw how supportive it was. Like I remember her first time taking her to practice and then talked to her after practice, like, "Hey, you leave everybody hanging." She's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, you don't see everybody putting their hand up to high five or low five." And she said, "Oh no, I've just been focusing on my form." I was like, "So next practice, try to look." The next day, yeah, she see because you see it, right? Everything is,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, right back, good. Even if you mess up, oh, good, nice try. We try again.
Yeah.
So coming from that rough, sport and going into this community where everybody's supportive, she's like, "Oh, Dad, I think I like do volleyball only." I was like, "Hey, you're in high school now, you're a junior, you got to think of what you want to do for your life, and I'm going to miss watching you play soccer and kick football, but you know you got to chase your dream." So she
Yeah.
got a full scholarship, but the sad part is she didn't get to play her senior year because pandemic shut down everybody's season.
Oh yeah.
So she wasn't able, because she's new to the sport, even though she's 6'2", she's new to the sport, there's not much film on her.
Oh.
So the only people who were willing to give her scholarships were junior colleges. So I told her, "Hey, it's still an opportunity. You're not out of the game.
Yeah.
You can actually go there and develop because you missed your senior, so you can develop." So she's in Casper, Wyoming now. That's the flag here and in the shirt you see here.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, at
yeah,
first
she's
I
number
thought that was
4.
Kahuku.
Oh, I
Sorry.
would never sport that.
I know. I was like, well, I was gonna bring that. I couldn't tell, but
Yeah, that's CC Casper College. They're the
okay.
Thunderbirds, but so the good thing and bad thing is in sports. How old is your daughter?
12. She only 12.
12. Yeah. That the bad times are good lessons for them because everything doesn't go smoothly. So she's having it rough at her college now. Or um, I mean, I don't like to blame the coach or anything like that, but I don't agree with the coach's point of view. But I don't say anything because it's not, it's not my life, or it's not. I'm not dad anymore in that aspect where I go and, hey, coach, I don't agree with you. She
Yeah.
got to learn how to deal with, when she goes to a job or has a career, you're going to have a manager or a boss that just sucks. You got to figure out, how do you know, coexist, or you move to another thing.
Yeah.
I'm proud that she didn't quit. Like she was, when she came home after her first semester, she was like, Dad, I don't want to go back. And, I don't like the coach. The weather sucks, and, I miss home. And so I said, that's up to you. No matter what you decide, we're going to support you. But as a coach myself, I gotta say, do you think you're going to regret this if you don't go back? And, because really the scholarship you earned because of your sport, but the scholarship is so that you can get a degree.
Yeah.
Because if you get, at the end of the day, you're not going to play volleyball forever or any sport forever, but your degree is yours forever. So happy that she even went back her second year, even though she was dreading it. And, so she graduates next month,
All right.
May 12th. So I'm going to be going up to see. I told her that's the cool thing about junior college. She's going to continue at whatever university she goes to, but she'll have an associate's degree.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I told her, yeah, cool. She might transfer back to school in Hawaii. I told her, if they don't offer you a scholarship, then, that's my job to make sure you can get to school, and you can just walk on and maybe earn a scholarship for your next year. So
Yeah. So just opportunity.
She has, because she has offers to other schools, but she's not sure she wants to stay in the mainland. And so that's the other thing. It's like a lot of people that live here and they never lived on the mainland, they always say, oh man, I hate Hawaii. I live mainland. As soon as they go there, maybe like a month or two over there, all of a sudden it was like, man, I miss home. I was like, yeah, I know. Because I lived in New York. I've lived in Pittsburgh. Awesome places, but there's no place like Hawaii. I mean, especially if you grew up here. I know everything around here, So
bro, I lived Ewa Beach for a couple years, and I already wanted to come back anyway. I can't even think about going mainland.
Ewa Beach changing now. You get the surf, the wave, the pool, and
that I don't get. Why are they putting one wave pool in Hawaii? That makes zero sense to me. We get the best waves. I'm still trying to figure out the marketing strategy for that.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, hey, you know what? You know what we go do? We go, in Arizona, get choked deserts, huh? Why don't we put one desert inside the desert?
Yeah, exactly. Then put sun boots on the beach, and I don't know. They make zero sense to me. But if it works, it works. I would have thought they would try and make like a Top Golf or something like that. Where
that would make more sense.
Yeah, but on wave pool, when you get waves, like I don't know.
And I think it's like $100 for 30 minutes.
What? Or you can go down the street and stay there all day for free.
and save the $100 for zippies after.
I mean, you might get slammed on the reef. Maybe that's what the difference is. I don't know.
That's the one thing, is that you're not going to have you're not going to have sharks. You're not going to have a reef. You're not going to have, and maybe for tourists too, you're not going to have locals claiming waves. So
that's the angle right there. What you just said.
He's like, I go beach and then brought a chemo stuff. Hey,
Yeah. You
but it's
dropping
my
it.
wave. Yeah.
That could be it. So locals ain't going there then, guaranteed.
I think they had one last week when lady left that place and she was drunk. And then she didn't crash her car. She went airborne. And she flip and land on somebody's lawn in Eva Beach. Is it Eva Beach Road? And she was at that place drinking. So I was like, ooh, that place might be in trouble now. Like, be responsible for that.
Yeah, and most tourists live or not live, but are in Waikiki. So if they drinking over there, that's a far ride.
Yeah. Yeah, but I wonder if they do like tour groups. But then they go. So I think there's three spots that you can ride. So if one group, I think it's like a group of 20 can reserve one. So like you get choke groups showing up. Who's going to be surfing there?
Yeah.
You have to wait your turn and wait the next turn.
And they maybe that's for the tourists to claim they're in Surf Hawaii. I don't know.
I guess. Yeah, because it's not like
surf.
Because it's not like a wave like you go on tube. It's like the Waimea River,
It's just like crumbles. What is it? Just like wake.
Yeah, well, it's like the when the Waimea Falls overflow the river and it goes out and then so kind of like rapids, yeah. So it's kind of like rapids. You just pretty much just staying like that, going, like this. It's not like you can maybe cut it up, but it's not the same.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like how they have in the mainland where the wave actually peels off. Like, I think that's super lame.
That's the one that was on TV or that reality show. No,
Kelly
it's not like
Slater's
that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It's not like that. It's small.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's gonna do well. I don't get it, bro. We get the best waves in the world. Yeah, I guess so. Or maybe that's like they figure they can handle that, then they're gonna try North Shore and surf pipe. I guess I don't know. Like half of the fun of going Sandies is watching tourists get slammed.
Bro, not only tourists. The last time I tried, I was in high school. I was, and they had local brothers, but I local too. So it was cool. I accidentally was in the way. One guy was coming, and he went fall off because of me. But I heard him go, "Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out!" Oh, and then so I said, "Oh, my bad, cuz my bad." And he goes, "No, don't worry. Just when you see, go under." Because I grew up IL, so everything with us was inland. I never really went beach. And then so he's teaching me all right on. So I go, okay, you know what? Get one coming right now. Swim. I swim. I catch it on body surfing. Short break. All I saw was sand. My face was going right to the sand. Boom. And then my feet went and kicked myself in the face.
Oh, you scorpion.
Yeah. I got out. And then, oh, bro, you all right? Nah, paw already. Thanks, paw. I went up, sit down on the wall by the parking lot, and just stayed there.
No, my role.
Yeah. I go play football. You guys go surf. I go play football.
Yeah, that's nuts. I see some people scorpion at Sandies and bruh. The tourists, right? They go with their longs boogie board. get dragged.
Lucky for me was Sandy's because it was all sand, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I went someplace else that rocks or reef, it would have been all hash over here.
Yeah. I ate it over there many times, bro. But yeah, definitely not like where I was on Hungry Hawaiian.
Well, lucky for me, never have social media at that time, so guarantee I would have been on something.
Yeah.
Brother Easton would be making fun of me.
Oh, speaking of social media, you definitely took your social media game to the next level since I talked to you last.
Mm.
And you making skits, you doing dances with your daughter, you're just becoming a social media person to utilize that as a tool to get people to come to your comedy shows. But bruh,
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
your social media is just as funny, bruh. Like how has it been doing those things?
Well, it's so it's one of those like this good and bad things where it's a gift and a curse. Where I'm happy I can make people laugh, but then it's coming up with it, and then when you start chasing it, it's like, oh, I gotta come up with a new video before 11 o'clock. The deadline. I gotta post, and it's like, oh, when I start chasing like that, I say, oh, I better chill out, and just whenever something comes up, I go post.
Yeah.
Um, and because sketch comedy was actually my first start, fifth grade. One of the projects I wrote one sketch comedy, kind of like SNL,
Oh
but I
wow.
was making fun of Joe Moore. So it's like um, that was my first, I guess, first thing I did for comedy, and then I always loved sketch comedies, and so it just falls right in place with the digital content creator. Um, as I watch and learn from people on TikTok and Instagram how they make their videos and how they edit. Once I
Yeah.
figured out how the editing goes, that's how I jumped on it. So like one of my videos is a guy who just scrapes a wasp nest outside his
Yes.
window, and then he closes the window just in time for like 80 wasps try to attack him, but they hit the glass. So that's why I learned what stitching was, on TikTok, where I add my part at the end. So my part, I'm sitting down, and then something falls on me, and I look down and I look up, and supposedly that's the nest that the guy would scrape off.
Yeah.
So I look up, and it's supposed to be all the wasps come to attack me. And it's only like the video might be like 10 to 12 seconds, and I'm in it maybe like 3 or 4 seconds. But then the thing on my post went viral on Facebook. It was like 120 million views.
Oh wow.
On Yeah, I was tripping out, and on um Instagram it's like 3 million views. On TikTok was like 86 million views,
Oh,
and still going. I was like, whoa.
I just
And then
I seen that one too.
I made another one to follow it up, where this guy he's cleaning a window, and he grabs a wasp nest, and he just goes like that, and he smashes it, and then nothing. Like he's like tough. So I stitched myself at the end, looking at him like ooh, like wow. And then that one went viral too. That was same thing, multi-million views. And
Jeez.
then I was like, my friend Danny from 808 Viral, she goes, "Oh, you're the wasp guy now." And I was like, "Oh, I don't like being a wasp guy." So then I started learning that when you make content, you can be successful, but you gotta stay in that lane and continue making the. So like the African guy who goes like that,
Oh yeah, yeah. I seen that guy. Yeah.
and he did that and stayed in that, and it's like he's like one of the top people on TikTok. Uh, Easton James got Clowning 808, where he was the voice dub guy, the voiceover guy. He would take
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, so like the Planet of the Apes, and then he would voice the pigeon style over it. So brother Jeffrey with his crooked eye,
yeah. Yeah.
Tumua with the bumbling local brother that tries to. So everybody, I was like, I was like, I don't like to be pigeonholed into one thing.
To the wasps.
So yeah, so because I started doing other insects, and it was hitting. So I was like, I don't like being on one insect, because I hate insects. So I was like, I don't like being an expert in that. So I jumped off of it, and I've never seen numbers like that ever again.
Bruh, you
But
gotta own it, dude. The
I, s- I, s-
beekeeper.
yeah, I think that that ship sailed. But one thing that always works when I do it, and I always say that social media tells you what they want to see you, creating.
Yeah.
So the ones that always hits for me is when I make videos of bouncers, security guard. Every time I do that video, I get even Polynesians from Australia, New Zealand, all over. It's like, oh, Sully, that's funny. I'm like, oh man, I don't like be that guy either.
Bruh, you gotta have choke genres. You just gotta keep it going.
That's what I'm hoping one day. I started to do some research through TikTok, YouTube, Google. There, what you really want is to be yourself, and that's what people are drawn to. So, like, if I do a insect video, they still see James Money. If I
Yeah.
do the bouncer, they still see James Money. So, it's. But the thing with that is, I gotta do like vlog style, right, or storytelling, right, talking to you, hey, how's it going? And then that's not like, oh, I'm not that guy either. It's like, hey, so today I went to Jack in the Box and got a milkshake. That girl didn't put the milkshake all the way to the top, like stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I don't like do that. So I mean, I'm almost to a point where I might have to just try it and see what happens.
Yeah.
So we'll see. You might see that starting soon because I was told to do this like January, and I've been putting it. I was like, no, I don't like to do that. I don't like to do that. And now it's like, you know what? Nothing else is working. I might as well, that's why I always tell my daughter, if you're not getting the result you want, try something different, because you keep doing it the same over and over and it's not happening. You're basically walking in a circle. So try something different. So the next iteration of my social media content is going to be me going, hey guys, join me as I get ready for work.
They have you put it on your bebbies.
Be like, oh, so today is going to be a tough. I got to get my coffee. I was like, oh.
Hey, it
So
might work,
I'm hope
bro.
we'll see. I mean, I'll be stupid if I don't at least try.
Well, you can always go back to the wasp if it doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh, one security guard for wasps.
When somebody
Don't harm
scraping the
these wasps.
hive, when somebody scraping the hive, you gotta bust that guy. Like, that's my friends.
Yeah. Hey, get down from there. And they start beating him up. Where's your ID?
But
But
social media is definitely a tool, especially for comedians, to get their comedy out there. I know Tamua kind of
yeah,
blew up because of his social media presence,
yeah.
and just from watching
Well, that
yours, it's showing that how much growth you had in a year, bro. You getting some big shows and opening up for bigger acts, and you're selling out your own shows. And bro, I know
yeah,
you're grinding, bro.
yeah. Because with Timur, I mean, and the experience with because um, well, I was opening for Timur. Hopper Boy was the DJ for Timur, and obviously the Timur's going a different route and stuff. So
Yeah,
now it's like, oh, gotta step up and be able to carry my own weight.
yeah,
Would have been nice to have that push still from Timur, but he made a decision to do something different. So I was like, all right, that's fine. He is in the business of Timur comedy, which at the end of the day, you got to take care of your own business first. So I
yeah,
got to be able to handle mines, and I have benefited from working with him because he put me up in front of a lot of people.
yeah.
And then a lot of people came to my show saying they saw me at the Timur show. So, which is cool. And with Timur, what you see what's happening with Timur and selling out shows is happening all over the country. You have
Yeah.
people like King Batch and other people that are jumping into comedy clubs, even though they've never done stand-up comedy before. So they can sell tickets, but can they do stand-up comedy? Not necessarily. I
That's
mean,
true.
that's the thing that Timur has over. Let's say if we took all the content creators in Hawaii, like Keely So Silly, Brother Jeffrey, Island Magic Mike, and all these guys are funny people. Even Passion, they're funny people, but none of them do that stand-up comedy show. So
Yeah.
that's where Timur stands out. I'm opposite, where I was doing stand-up comedy and then jumped on social media late.
Nah,
If I had,
it's not late. You just trying to catch up, I guess. Oh, I guess it is late.
yeah. I mean, late
Yeah.
as in I didn't miss it, but now I got to build up this side, because
Yeah.
when I try to get booked at comedy clubs on the mainland, they ask, "Oh, what is your social media following?" It's like, "Oh, you don't even care if I'm funny or not," and they don't care, because at the end of the day, it's about selling tickets.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you
that's
get guys
weird
like King
because
Batch, like they go into comedy clubs, and then people who are fans of comedy watch, and they're not impressed. But most of the time, and as Paul Legato is talking about it, most of the time it's people that fill the place up that are fans of his. So they don't even care if he's funny or not. They're just happy that he's there.
that makes sense.
Yeah. So but a lot of times is they sell out the first show. The next time they come around, it's not as many people going, because when they went, it's like, oh, wasn't that funny?
Yeah.
It's not like his sketches on social media. It's the stand-up is, it's just not that funny. So
Well,
that's where, like,
you have
guys
a
like us,
bridge.
where
Yeah. Where you have a bridge to connect your comedy with your social media and
yeah.
sketches or whatever you're doing on social media. But once you get those seats in those butts in the seats, your comedy is gonna kill, and now you got a fan that'll keep coming
Yeah.
back. Cause I seen your
So that's
comedy, you were a little bit handcuffed because you couldn't swear or do your normal show, but bro, it was funny. Like, because of, like you said, people seen you because you opened for Timur, you got a fan already. Like, your comedy will always hit. It's just like you
yeah.
said, using social media as a marketing tool to get people to give you that chance to let them see your comedy, and then that's when your ceiling gets raised every time.
So
Because your
that's like
goal
the
was to
confidence that I
sell
have.
out your shows, right? And you sold out Blue
Yeah.
Note and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping so. It's like my next show, I don't know when this is going to air, but April 6th, Thursday at Stand Up Honolulu. And then May 6th, I go to Kona. And then May 7th, I'm at the Playground on Maui. And then May 11th, I'm going to be in Phoenix. So it's, I'm working on something for May 10th in LA, but hopefully, we see what happens. Right now, they haven't got confirmed yet. So fingers crossed. But
right on, bro. You're taking a show on the road, and bro, that's
trying to. So,
that's remarkable compared to where you were last year. I mean, you must understand the grind and hustle you put in, because your results from last year to now is huge. Like, you must be proud, bro.
oh yeah,
That's super cool.
It's a lot of fun. But then it's a roller coaster. Yeah, I mean, you're in promotion, so it's like
Yeah.
the anxiety of, like, I wish I could be like Timur, where, hey, tickets go on sale tomorrow, and then tomorrow at 12:00, 1:00 he posts, oh, tickets sold out. It's like that's the dream, right?
Yup,
You put out,
100%.
yeah. And so I'm like, man, I wish I got to that point, because with Blue Note, it was slow. I didn't sell out until I think the day of, which was still good. I sold out the premium seats like 2 days or 3 days before, but the rest of the seats didn't sell out till the day of, but it's still a sellout.
Yep.
Like even right today is April 4th, April 3rd, and like I think Kona is like 4 tickets sold in 1 month. So I was like, okay, but that's where, and you got to put in the marketing or the advertising. And
well, Kona people buy last
see.
minute. We did a concert out there, and brah, the squeeze I was squeezing, flying there, knowing how much tickets we sold. We did Tribal Seeds at the KBX bowling alley, and we did J Boogs at one of the hotels in Kona. And we see how much we're selling. And I'm like, oh, maybe we cut a couple acts, or like, brah. And they come out at the end. Like, they just buy late. Even a couple of times at the show, like, we'd have the place half sold the week of, and it's like, well, these guys making a squeeze, and bro, what if rain? Then, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, especially Big Island, or from my experience, Big Island and Maui, they tend to buy last minute, and bro, is it as a promoter, that's very stressful, bro. Like you said, we like, bro, we're flying to Kona. I'm sitting on a plane thinking we're flying to lose our ass. Like, what? This isn't a good situation. And it worked out. And
see that's the thing that a lot of people, or average people, don't know, that because even when I was maybe like 7-8 years ago, I was promoting a venue in Hawaiian Brian's. Was the studio, the small room. It's now it's Slack Key, and I was doing comedy there, and it's like, oh, we got no pre-sales. It's like, and then some days we get there, it's like, oh, 30 people showed up. In that room is plenty, but sometimes only 3 show up, and it's like, oh my god, I can't handle this promotion. So that's why I have a manager now, where I tell him, oh, you handle all that stuff so that I can focus on being creative and coming up with jokes and being funny. So, well, we see how it goes.
You've been doing comedy for a long time. Is this like the top you ever been? Like, is this the most, I guess, success you've been having doing it?
I would say so. I wouldn't compare this to opening for like Dave Chappelle or Bert Kreischer or any of those big name comics, because that was their show. Yeah. So even with Tamua, people say, oh, I seen you guys' show, and I was like, it's not our guy's show. It's Tamua's show. I'm opening for him. They go, yeah, but you performing, right? I say, yeah, but I don't make the same money that he makes. Not even close. Yeah. So the person who makes the money, that's their show. So it's like, oh, okay. So, yeah, I would say the Blue Note, selling out the Blue Note, January 25th was probably the most money I made at a performance. And I was so proud of it. It's because that was like the benchmark. It was like, okay, if I can sell out the Blue Note, then maybe I should go for it. Do stand-up comedy and full-time, or do comedy full-time, whatever it is, even if it was writing or acting. But I would say like Tumua's Blaisdell Arena had like 6,000 people. To me, that was like probably one of the most I've ever seen in one place. I'm not sure how many Paramount in Austin, Texas holds, but that was like Hawaii Theater on steroids, that place, because old school style with the balconies, but it's like, I think 3 levels or 4 levels, and it's not like, so Blaisdell's balcony is far away. Yeah. This balcony is like right here. So it was like a wall of people. It's just, so I was amazed. So I'm not sure which one was more, but I know Tumua's one almost 6,000, I think, at the Blaze. So, like opening for people like that, that's special. But
Yeah.
when it's your name on it, that's your show. So I
Bill.
would put that above all of that. Even opening for, like they said, Dave Chappelle. Um, it was great to do it, but now it's my name on my show. Let's see how far we can take this.
Yeah, that's definitely the level that you wanted last time I talked to you. And
Yeah.
you hit it, bro. You hit it and you're doing it. Now you're gonna take it on the road. Like these steps you're taking are getting you to where you want to be. And bruh, you still risking it all. And that to me, I always like seeing that. I always like seeing people gamble on themselves and believe in what they're trying to do. And you've been doing
Well,
it
that's
for
what
a
you
long
told
time.
me.
Yeah.
That's what you told me from the last time we talked on the podcast, which was, just go for it. And even with the podcast, and you're still doing it, I'm like, man, that's awesome. You still, because you practice what you preach. What you preached was, you just got to keep going for it. Just, you're going to see ups and downs, but you just got to keep going for it. And that's why I was doing the podcast. I just kept going until I was like, oh, I need to take a break. And then I was trying to come back, but now I'm, rolling with Andy. So we see how far that goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully
And
pretty far.
it's only bringing more attention to you, which in hindsight bringing attention to your comedy. And everything you do on social media, the same thing. It brings attention to your comedy, and that's the goal, right? And your comedy hits. So that's not the problem. You're just getting the butts to see it, the butts in the seats to see it. Bruh, is it your sky's the limit? I mean, that there's ways to figure out how to get people there. The comedy, your stand-up sells itself, and that's what you're gonna excel at, because that's what you've been doing for all these years. So that's not the problem. Is just getting people there to see it.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is do a special, even if it's not like Blaisdell or Hawaii Theater size special, even if it's Blue Note, and then record a special and then see if somebody like Netflix or even Amazon, All Things Comedy or Comedy Dynamics, see if they'll jump on it and sell it or buy it. So I think that's going to be my next thing, because when I hit up the clubs and say, I want to, do a show, they're going to ask, hey, what do you have? And I say, oh, I released a special that did well. It was on Netflix. And then they go, oh yeah, okay, we'll book you for this date. So that's the next thing for me, is to figure out the logistics in doing a special for myself.
Yeah, that's awesome. That means you have goals already. And I heard your goals last time was to have your own show and to sell out Blue Note, or it was something like on those lines. So I'm gonna have you back a year from now, and we'll be talking about your special. And every year I'm gonna see you level up until you selling out Blaisdell, and it's gonna be cool. And just keep grinding and believing in yourself, which you have been. And your daughter must be stoked to see this.
Oh, that's funny, because it's like sometimes you lose sight of goals, or you lose sight of the dream. I think a couple of days ago, I was reminded, like I forgot about the why, which is, why are you doing this? Why are you doing it for? So like the motivation, was it to become famous? Is it to get money? And then that clouded it. And it's like, no, it's to make sure that, my daughter has a better life. It's to also show her that no matter how old you get, you can always chase your dream.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because, so yesterday is the anniversary of my brother's death, who passed 5 years ago. And then I was watching the movie, The Rookie, the baseball movie.
Okay.
And that one always pulls that, where he's like 40-year-old teacher and he tries out for the baseball team because of the kids on his that he coaches, and because of his son, his little son. So I was like, that's what it is. I forgot what my motivation was, which is to, sadly, my brother won't be able to see, to be part of this. Also, my dad, who passed 2 years after my brother passed, won't be part of this. So think about them, and think about my mom, who is here, my sisters, and my daughter.
Yep.
Think about them and try to become successful, so that they see it and it inspires them. And maybe some of the kids I coach at Aya High School.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like I forgot about that part, which was other people are watching, not just because you're funny, but because they're inspired. And I forget, like, a couple of people in Samoa, in Australia, New Zealand, or Polynesian, they DM me and they go, "Oh man, it's great to see one of our own people doing stand-up comedy." And I was like, it's just an average day for me, but you're acting like I'm special, so it's a weird thing. So it's something the past few days that's been dancing around my thoughts. So it's like,
that's super
I gotta
awesome.
remember. And here's the picture that I talked to. So they're saying that some people, they put sticky notes by the camera, and they look, this is what I look at.
Yeah.
My daughter, when she was like 6 months old.
That's awesome. I'm the same, bro. Like, I got the same stuff, dude. Yeah.
That's the why. Gotta remember the why.
And
why we do it.
One thing I always love about what people do, or what I inspire to do, is your kids, when your kids watch you pursue passion, that gives them the same mindset, because kids try to mimic their parents, right? And if they grew up watching their dad or mom pursue something that they're passionate about, they're gonna be the same way, hopefully. But more than not, they're gonna pursue their goals and dreams because they grew up watching their parents do it. And you inspire me, bro. Like, just watching you this past year, like, dude, when I see your stuff, I trip, like, oh, that's awesome, bro. It's like, bro, he's opening up, or he was at Downbeat or whatever, next door, whatever little shows you're, and then, oh, I just sold out Blue Note on a Wednesday, and it's like, whoa, like, bro, it's your kids see that. Your kids see, your kid sees you pursuing your passion, and also nailing it, reaching it, hitting your goals, leveling up to the next goal. And at maybe when they're young, it's not that big a deal, and it's, oh, that's cool, my dad did this. But when they get older and they're faced with trying to pursue their passion, or they're in a little rut, they can draw from that because of your example. And I always say, like, the best leaders lead from the front by example, not from the back by communication. It's always in the grind, with the feet in the mud, showing what needs to be done. And your daughter's gonna be a well off better person just from watching you reach your goals, bro. That's just life. That's just how it works.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, bro. I can't wait to see what happens in the next year, bro. Like,
I'm gonna tell you, next year we're gonna be talking. First, we're gonna say, oh, what an awesome Super Bowl that the 49ers just won, right?
That's gonna happen, bro. This gotta be the year, dude.
It has to be. Everything is lined up perfectly.
Our team is so stacked, and I don't know if my heart can take another NFC loss in the championship, NFC championship. The amount of emotion I feel building. Oh, when we played the Cowboys, the amount of anxiety I had that whole week, just from all the freaking Cowboys fans that I know talking shit to me the whole week.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, if we lose, I'm just moving. I'm just turn off my phone. I'm gonna move.
The worst part is that first half, watching Dallas's defense. I was like, oh my goodness, their defense is actually good.
Yep.
I was like, oh no, their defense is good. And then that's
Dak
like made me
Dak.
worried about the Eagles.
Yeah.
That's what made me worried about the Eagles, because I was like, well, if the Eagles can handle the Cowboys, easy. Oh, but man, that injury.
Yeah. I'll forever be disappointed. I mean, it would have been cool to know. Like, I wanted to know which team was better. We're never gonna know because our quarterbacks are injured. And granted, they're the ones that did their job and injured them, but I just feel like we're still the better team. We should have won, and there were some weird calls at the beginning of the game that changed the trajectory, putting us in a situation where our quarterback got injured, but it just is what it is, bro. I honestly wasn't. I felt not as bad as I did last year when we lost in the NFC Championship, because I felt we didn't even get to play it. So that makes sense. But this got to be the year, bro. They built this team for this year. Like, there's no excuse.
11? We have 11 draft picks, or is it 7 or 11 draft picks coming up?
Yeah. But saw in the third round because we gave them all our first stuff away to get Trey Lance.
Yeah, but if you look at it, man, we got Mr. Irrelevant as our starting quarterback. I don't think it matters where they pick. We're gonna find some gems.
Yeah, Shanahan and Lynch can find some gems all over the freaking board. Yeah.
Yeah, because look at Ayuk. Nobody wanted Ayuk.
Yeah. Even Kittle. Kittle went late too.
Yeah.
Warner.
So that's why I was like, you find people that fits our system. Whew, let's go.
Just get that
bang,
diamond
bang.
in the rough. Yep. Bang, bang all day. I hope so, man, because I want that feeling, bro. I haven't had it since 93, 94. Like, I want
94, that. 94.
Yeah, I want that feeling as an adult.
It doesn't help that your close friends is Eagles and
Cowboys.
Cowboys, right?
Yep. Fuck. Bro, I actually wanted Eagles to win the Super Bowl just so Hopper could have that feeling again, but I even threw him a party, bro. I hosted at my house to celebrate with it. Hopefully they win, but
I did what too, because I didn't want the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I didn't want the Chiefs to win.
Yeah.
And Jalen Hurts been through so much from his college career to being judged a certain way into his NFL career. Yeah. It's like, I would like him to win, but looks like NFL said, no, we don't have Aaron Rodgers anymore. We don't have Tom Brady anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's Mahomes time.
Yeah.
So they're trying to build that Mahomes empire.
Yeah. Hopefully it crumbles. But watching Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, because I'm a fan of the sport. So when the Niners were going to play in an NFC Championship, I was always looking at their stuff. And those guys actually are inspiring. Those guys they had a good story. Hurts, to me, was a great leader and very confident in what he's doing. And for me, I became a fan. Definitely not when they're playing the Niners, but I had a lot of respect for that team and what they do and how it reminded me a lot of the Niners. They have a close-knit bond between their team and it's just unfortunate.
They just have a better O-line.
Yeah. Yep. They just can move the wall like Spartans. They're complaining about that, huh?
We didn't have a good rush guy, run stoppers up front. So as we got one now because
Yeah.
Kinlaw just never panned out. Just so many
Yeah.
injuries.
He was a bust, though.
He was
Yeah.
he was supposed to be that dude, but just
Yeah.
never worked out. You just got to get one of those big, like what we got now. But hopefully they pick up one more because who knows with injuries, man. It's a long season.
Yeah. That's the thing, bro. Niners have way too much injuries. They need better training or
More
steroids or
depth.
something. Yeah. Depth. I don't know.
I was trying to stay positive, but if you let go,
I don't care at this point. I just like see them win, bro. They could all be juicy.
Just win.
Yeah.
Just win.
Can't tell me Aaron Donald's not on some kind of Mexican supplements, bro. That guy, he was training with The Rock, bro. I see that video and I'm just like, dude, there is no way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So,
what were your dates again? Let everybody know what your dates were, just so that in case they want to check you out.
Yeah, April 6th, my birthday show at Stand Up Honolulu in Kaka'ako. That's a Thursday night. And then May 6th on Kona at the Kona Elks Lodge. You can get the tickets at comedianjamesmane.com. And then May 7th, a Sunday, at the Playground on Maui. You can get the tickets at theplaygroundmaui.com and come down. It's going to be a lot of fun. So the show I did at Blue Note January 25th was family-friendly show. So I'm having Maui comics open for me. I'm having Kona comics open for me. A lot of them are not clean comics. And so if they go dirty, my manager's not traveling with me, so he was very adamant about making Blue Note a family-friendly show, which worked out because it was like maybe I think I saw like nine or 10 teenagers. So that was cool. Yeah, it was cool. It was a family-friendly show. Here we go. But Maui and Kona might be I won't be raunchy, but the other comics might say some things that pretty edgy because Maui, the comics on Maui and the comics on Kona or on the Big Island, no filter, man. They go for it. So I appreciate
have to
those
match
guys.
that
It's like
energy, bro.
Yeah. Just come out like Def Jam.
Yeah, the wings are open, bro. You could just go.
Yeah. But we'll see. I mean, sometimes it's good to work clean because you never know what scout is watching. Because
that's true.
Like the Tonight Show or one of the late night shows, they look for a 5-minute clean. So we'll see.
Yeah. Hey, man, like I said, sky's the limit, and you never know who can see it. And with the internet, bruh, anybody, anywhere, at any time can see it. And you just might have that one little niche that they want for something, and boom, could open all the doors, man. Yep, wasp. Yeah. So your social media, where can people find you, man, so they can see your wasp videos?
So I do everything is at comedian James Mane, and Mane is spelled Mane. So it's on Instagram is what I'm trying to build up. TikTok, I have like over 100,000 followers, but I would appreciate having more. But Instagram is the one I want to build because I think that's the one that most clubs look at. So I'm at 8,000. I'm trying to get. You gotta get that first K. If I can get 10K, I'll be happy. Then I'll walk around a little more swag. It's like, so trying to get to that. So if you help me out on at comedian James Mane on Instagram, also on Facebook, you can catch the Daily Pigeon podcast with Andy Bumatai and James Mane every weekday, 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. We go live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So you can check us out there. Yeah, live from 3 o'clock Hawaii time. And then it stays on YouTube and Twitch, and you can watch it repeat later. So
right on.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And for us, always, you can find us on our Instagram, our Facebook, and our YouTube page, Above the Bridge Podcasts. My personal Instagram is Daddy High, and our website where you can find all these episodes is atbpod.com. All right, man. Well, I want to have you back after another year and see where you're at. And definitely, I've been following your career since I met you, and it's been inspiring to say the least. And I want to see you just blow up, bro. It's a different era in Hawaii comedy. I'm feeling it's people are getting it back to how it used to be back in the day, and you guys are taking it to the next level. And with the internet and social media, your reach is way bigger now. So good luck to you, man. And I can't wait to see what happens, bro. Well, we've been going for an hour, man. Shakas for the camera. All right, man, we're out. Shout out to the Artist Food Network. Aloha.